Yellow.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
At the 27-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
15.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his man. That's Hardman. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there. Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You got a chance to rumble.
2nd and 1 at the Raiders' 15-yard line.
Fire on these two. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's get murdered.
On 2nd down, Williams. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw him right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Carr. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
The right side going to be caught by Hardman. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his. Decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Williams. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. That's caught left side by Hardman. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Mahomes to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Carr now on first down. An incomplete, an excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Carr. And some room to work. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On the ground, this is Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Yellow. Argolani. Blue day.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Fielded just inside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Cleveland Farrell in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it with Williams. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. It's Christian Covington who notches the sack there. On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position.
And Andrews lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr on the crossing route, complete. It's Andrews. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. On 1st down, Carr throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. In for the score as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Mahomes now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. Now we have Kelsey slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. 15. Here we go. Finish the game.
Mahomes going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
15, 15.
Now Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for...
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Chiefs 24, Raiders 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a gain of 34. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
They'll begin on the ground with Clement. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And an alley to run. The 30. The 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike's 54.
Now here's Mahomes. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
He's going to look deep down the field, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It was no secret who they were trying to get the football to.
Well, no, they went to him on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all 3 incomplete.
Yeah, and when you're unable to connect and you force it in that direction, all you're doing is giving confidence to the defense. They feel like they're really hurting you in a big way.
And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Now Carr going for the deep ball. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there for KC. 46 yards.
First down, Chiefs.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They'll run it with Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. They come up in an offset eye. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw, it's Mahomes. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Come on, let's go.
Carl trying again on 2nd down. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Andrews. 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Back now in the East Bay. For the 4th quarter, will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10.
Come on, fellas.
A big play there for KC. 66 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing again on second down. Carr. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Throwing on first down is Carr.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Into the red zone. It's Carr. That's complete. Right around the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. To throw is Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He's going deep for Brown. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the...
And the Raiders have got him. Christian Covington getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. There he goes inside the 30. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Davian Williams, 43 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college. So sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go play fake. Mahomes, he'll buy some time running. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4.
Down. Right, 58, right there. Let's get it together, defense.
One final try now for Carr. Now a desperation throw deep. He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.